Girl is on a high that I hope lasts forever, but the reality is it's probably gonna last till next week. This is my Club Renaissance VIP bracelet. I was in the circle. I had better seats than Oprah Winfrey and Gail, okay? And in this vlog, I'm dumping all my footage, my photos, Blue, the dancing, the outfits, the stage, the people, the fits, going over my merch haul, as well as the VIP tote bag that I got, which I've already worn out 3 times, okay? And like, I've basically been home for 24 hours. So this is it. This is the video. I hope you enjoy it. I am on a high. I don't know. This was a spiritual experience. I can't believe we got there. I can't believe we manifested first row. Like, what the heck? Yeah, I just said heck, because you know what, YouTube? You are not going to push this video down in the algorithm. People deserve to see the Beyonce experience. Better seats than Oprah. Okay, let's just remember that. I really wish I could just take this feeling and bottle it and have it forever. That's why I'm documenting this. That's why I'm making this vlog, because I want to be able to go back and look at this and be like, that's what that felt like. That feeling of being a little kid right before Christmas or your birthday or first day of school. Like, that's what it feels like inside of me. It's like, ah! I'm so excited.
Season Beyonce.
We did get here very early.
Okay, let us show in the parking lot. Beehive, bitch.
Ah! We're here.
We did it.
The greatest friend in the fucking world. She got me here. This
You're gonna bring us so rich.
Oh my God. Forever indebted.
So
I'm about to have a spiritual experience.
Club Renaissance, baby.
We got our fits. We're ready. Let's do it. I am so grateful for this experience. I can't believe Christina and I were literally the first people there in the parking lot. We were the first people in line at one of the gates. And then when we finally got in and we got to the ground floor to general admission, the VIP Renaissance Circle, which is what we were in, there was already people lined up, which was like, oh my God, how did these, like, we were literally first. But again, we were first in our place, and it's a big stadium and there were a lot of people in the first row. And then it was like the parting of the Red Sea. So many people. And then there was a space right in the front for 2. And we just both walked right to it and looked up and was like, thank you, Sky Daddy. Thank you, universe. Thank you, whoever made this happen. We both appreciate you. And we both like thanked the sky at the same time. Because before we got in there, we were both held hands and we were like, whoever's watching over us, can you please make sure we're trying to manifest great seats. We're trying to manifest a great time. And we hope that you give us the experience that we both individually need and collectively need as friends. Yes, we said all this out loud. Yes, I know that sounds really weird, but you know what? We said first row. So, well, we stood, not sat. Whatever. We were there and it worked. So it worked. And you know what? This stuff works. And I even posted on Instagram. I was like, I know none of you believe me, but where were your seats? Not first row, baby. Anyway, seeing Beyonce, I made a whole video on Leo North Node and South Node and all the things. Seeing a Leo North Node, which is the same star sign that I have in my chart, not star sign, it's the same like thing that I have in my chart. Seeing a Leo North Node in action was so inspiring for me. Just seeing how great she is, how her performance, how she moves, how she like just is so serious about what she does and her iterations. And, you know, I've watched her documentaries and I know how much work goes into her being her. You can see the dedication to her craft and her fans and how much they love her. And I have to be honest with you, being in a place where there was so many people who were just joyful. Like, I have never been in a place where there have been that many happy people. Like, I don't even know how many people East Rutherford Stadium holds. I mean, let's put it in there. I'm going to look it up and we'll put it in this video. Editor, please. And that many people happy, not upset, no fighting, no pushing. People were holding each other's spaces. I went to the bathroom at one point. People were totally respectful of your space. It was just like nothing I've ever experienced. It was so spiritual and so beautiful and made me feel higher than the clouds. Like, I felt so high. And at one point I was like watching the show with my mouth open. Like, my jaw was, and Christina was crying. Like, she was like hysterical crying next to me. And I was like welling up because I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. We had said like at the beginning of the pandemic that, you know, we were going to go see Beyonce and, you know, talk about manifesting, right? And like all the stuff that her and I are both into. We had put it out there. We really put it out there positive. And we were like, we're both going to go see Beyonce. And I'm a nurse and I was a nurse in all this. And her and I were like running comedy shows in the street and doing all this stuff. And we literally had set the intention since 2020 that when the pandemic and all this nonsense was over, her and I were going to see Beyonce and we were going to see Beyonce from the first row. And we did. Like, I cried this morning. Like, I cried this morning. Like, I did. I woke up and it was too much for me to even realize, like, while we were there. And when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I just saw Beyonce. And I sent Christina, like, the sappiest, like, crying, like, that horrible, like, imagine Kim Kardashian, like, cry face, like, voice note. And I'm sure she was like, what is wrong with this girl? But I really was just so overjoyed and so grateful that she got us there. And it was just so good. And the VIP bag, the clothes, the merch was just great. And I made notes. Like, is that pathetic that I made notes? But like, I don't know, as a woman who's like 42 years old, seeing someone your age just like doing it, like, I was tired from standing there. I was tired from the day. And like, yeah, I know Beyonce's got a team. She's got like a chef. She's got a trainer. She ain't worried about the things I'm worried about. You know what I mean? Like, she's not worrying about like how many Q-tips she's got in her house or like if she's going to run out of tampons. You know what I mean? There's people worrying about Beyonce's tampon situation. You know, she's helicoptering in. She ain't even like, you know, like I Uber and think I'm like hot stuff, but like whatever. So the girl's taking a helicopter on you, the woman. She ain't worrying about the same things I'm worrying about. I know that. But I have to be honest, as someone your age, watching them in their greatness, watching what 20 years of even more than actually been doing this since she was a kid, getting you to that point and having like so many friends in the entertainment industry and like understanding how hard this is and missing holidays and missing friends and seeing someone as your age who like everybody has this like BS about like, you know, like my generation was kind of taught like 40's over the hill and once you're a certain age, like you're done, that's it. And it's not true. Like that woman outdanced, outperformed, and entertained for almost like over 2 hours. And it's like, I don't know people who could like go to the gym for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Or like walk for 2 hours. And she's in heels and engaging and not missing a beat. And it was just great. And yeah, I'm just so happy. Like, I can't even, like, I'm just so overwhelmed even like making this video. It was fantastic. And Christina and I joke around and we say that we're two kids with a bank account, checkbooks, and credit cards. And if you want to talk about like all the stuff that I talk about, like healing your inner child and setting the intention and trying to be positive and putting it out there and finding your tribe and finding your people and finding your community and people who have a common interest as you and people who, everybody there was dressed up. Like everybody. People were taking photos with one another like we were celebrity, like we were Beyonce. And it was like, can I take a picture with you? I love your outfit. Oh my God, do you mind if I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture of you? People were just like sharing information and we all had a common bond, right? And like all the stuff that I kind of talk about and all the stuff that like, I don't know, I've been kind of like preaching on the internet and it was just so nice to see it all like happening and feel it and be in such a safe space and appreciate people. I don't know. It was just beautiful. It was so, so great. And seeing people your age, like having a good time and dressing up, being like little kids. And we're giving ourselves the experiences that little kid in us yearns for and tapping it. Like I was so tapped into my inner child at that show. And even like crying and like overwhelmed, like the next morning and being like, oh my God, I can't believe I witnessed this, and being with one of my best friends and having that experience together. We were like two little kids and it felt so, so good. And seeing like the Leo North Node and her opening the show with like, literally the first line she opened the show with was like, you don't need to be perfect. This is life. This life is not about being perfect. This life is about enjoying and having a good time and, you know, having experiences and making memories, and stop trying to be perfect, because perfect like just holds you back and perfect keeps you from so much. Maybe she was talking to all of us, maybe she was talking to herself, maybe it was a little bit of both, but it like really, really resonated with me, because when you have like her up there, like being like, who many people think is like perfect, or, you know, many people aspire to be, or, you know, are so influenced by, and whatever like people's story is and their narrative is in the room. And to her to be like, you don't have to be perfect. And she's like, we have to celebrate our flaws, and life is about just being the flaws. And it is. The more you try to be perfect, the more you exhaust yourself, and you don't put stuff out, and you don't connect with people, and you hold yourself back. And that's one of my biggest takeaways of the past few years, and especially my biggest takeaway of that show. And you're gonna blunder and you're gonna fall, and like her songs, and if you look at her songs and this catalog, it's like, we're gonna party and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna be heartbroken and we're gonna be sad, and we're gonna feel really, really lonely, and we're gonna feel like at our wits' end, and we're gonna be up there celebrating with the people we love, and, you know, her daughter, and giving them the ability to like do their thing, and also finding our people and the people who make us look great, you know, and then the opportunity that, you know, her dancers like had a moment where they just danced, and her band had a moment where her band just played, and it was just great from start to finish. And I'm so glad I got to go. And yeah, like the biggest takeaway is find your people, find the joy, be that little kid, embrace that little kid, and who cares what anybody's thinking, because life is short. And we got to be out here having fun, and we got to be out here celebrating each other, and we got to be dancing a lot more than we're crying and not caring what people think. And that's it. I had a great time. I'm so grateful to my friend who got me there. And if you've seen the show, please sound off in the comments and tell me what it was like for you. And I want to hear it. I want to hear what show you went to. I want to hear what it was like for you. Follow, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye, guys.